Welcome to our casa.
Happy holidays!
Okay, we won't torture you with this tacky Christmas. Lights! And today we're going to be making SCIALATELLI allo SCOGLIO. Oh, did I say it correctly? This is the ultimate Italian Christmas Eve dish because it's loaded with lots of seafood. So we're going to be pairing it with
Cataratto. Cataratto is a wonderful Sicilian wine. Very humble, super affordable white wine. We're gonna deal today with an incredibly rich pasta, a lot of fish, a lot of flavor, a lot of intensity. We just want a light, easy to drink table wine that doesn't require a lot of effort from our taste buds. Cataratto is humble because it's usually used as a blend. Its lower acidity is usually used to blend more aggressive and edgy wines. We're gonna drink it now 100% Cataratto, again Sicilian, fantastic, beautiful, 2018, 12% is the alcohol volume, and let's open it.
Oh, you're opening it.
I'm opening it.
Oh, yeah.
Cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, good job. So let's talk about the name a little bit. We have the SCIALATELLI, which is a pasta shape that we're going to be using today. It's from the region of Campania. So what is the
Scoglio.
Scoglio? Scoglio is a rock in the ocean. So
Reef? How do you say it?
a reef, yes.
So, allo scoglio?
Not like the fake rocks on Rockaway Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Like a real one, where all the little sea creatures are gathered. I suppose that's why they have this name, because we're using mussels and clams and calamari and shrimp and all that goodness. And so in this dish, we are going to cook all of our seafood separately and then combine everything at the end to make a beautiful marriage of the sea.
Marriage of the sea.
Matrimonio mare di mare.
Matrimonio di mare, that's good.
Thank you. Ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. First things first is we need to open up our mussels and clams. So before anything, we soak our mussels and clams together in a ice salt water bath. This is going to remove a lot of the dirt and grind and sand and make them perfect for cooking. So they've been in this bath for about 2-3 hours, and we're just going to drain them out. Give them a little rinse. And you also want to go through all of your mussels and clams and make sure none of them are open. They're all closed. Good. If you see any beard, you pull that right off. So for our clams and mussels, we're going to use a large saute pan and add some olive oil for some nice flavor. Let's get the heat going. About medium-high. To accompany our mussels and clams, we're going to add 2 whole garlic cloves, and we're going to use parsley stems, just the stem of the parsley. In Italy, they love to cook with the stem of the parsley. They say it cooks really well, it brings out the aroma of the fresh herb, where the leaves, they don't cook down so well. They're better used for at the end of the dish, for finishing. All right, when your oil starts to sizzle up, we're ready to add those beautiful mussels and clams. All right, once they've taken a little bit of heat, we're gonna add a half a cup of white wine. We're not using the one that we're drinking. We're just using a Chardonnay that we like to cook with. Some people like to use wines that they drink to cook with, but you know, we like to save that for the drinking part. We're going to lower our flame and cover. Let them all cook. Wait until they open up. We'll check back on them in a few minutes. We're gonna start preparing our shrimp here. Our shrimp have the shells on them. We're gonna keep all those shells because we're gonna add them to our, kind of like make a mini stock for our pasta. It's gonna bring a lot of flavor. And of course, be very careful when you're deveining your shrimp. Whoa. You see when they're all opened up? We're ready to gently scoop all of those mussels and clams out of there. And look at all that beautiful water that they just released and all those amazing flavors. That is what we call liquid gold.
Or acqua santa.
Oh, there really is a name for it? Oh. Saint
Holy water.
Holy water. If any of your shells did not open, then we need to discard them. Now we're going to take all of our mussels and clams out of their shells while you finish those shrimpies. Francesco takes care of all of the cleaning and
the dirty work.
The dirty work in this casa, that's for sure. Yeah, it looks like a lot, but you know, it's just the shells. So this is a very fruitful pasta. Okay, Francesco's done cleaning his shrimp, and we have all of our shrimp shell ready to use in a little bit of a stock. Put your shrimp in the fridge that you already cleaned. We always want to keep our fish and seafood nice and cold. Francesco is going to prep another seafood item, the calamari. Little calamari. So the tentacles we're gonna leave as is. Don't worry if they're a little long. They're gonna follow the pasta shape and go beautifully with the dish. But the body we're going to cut into rings. After all of our calamari is cut up, we're just gonna give it a little rinse under the water. Make sure it's all nice and clean. And we keep a few of the shells with the mussels and clams inside for decoration. So I'm gonna take all of that water, broth, all of that right into a little saucepan. And I'm gonna add those shells that we kept straight in, those shrimp shells. Let's put it on a medium-low flame. And we're just gonna let that simmer together for about 15-20 minutes. Once you see that really simmering up, you can lower that flame and just let it to continue to simmer. It smells amazing. In that large saute pan, we cleaned it out, gave it a little rinse. We're gonna put it over medium-high heat and add a lot of olive oil. We're also going to put 2 more garlic cloves, but this time we're going to press them. And you want to make sure this is a pretty big pan because this is the final pan where everything's going to get married again at the end. Now we're going to add 12 ounces of cherry tomatoes, and I'm just going to add them whole. I'm not even going to cut them up because they're going to burst. Once you really smell that garlic, we're going to add just the tentacles of the calamari in. Just for about 4 minutes. And then we're gonna add our other part of the calamari. Now we're gonna add our calamari rings. Little toss. So we're gonna raise that temperature a bit, and you wanna keep this moving because otherwise it's gonna stick to the pan. We want to start to get that temperature hot because we are going to add some more wine. All right, once that pan is really hot and everything's bubbling, we're going to add 3/4 cup of that same white wine we used before. Keep it super high temperature because we need all of that wine to evaporate. At this stage, we're going to add a nice hefty pinch of pepperoncino. I like it a little bit spicy. Be careful at this stage. I know it's crazy, salt to seafood, but we're gonna just add a little cute little pinch of salt in there and taste, you know, keep tasting. You can always add more later. All those tomatoes are bursting. We have our pasta water going now too, because we need to start cooking that. All of the calamari cooking together in the sauce is going to take about 20 minutes. You can either cook it for a short amount of time or cook it for a long amount of time. You never want to have it in the middle because it is super rubbery and chewy and nobody likes that. Also, while we're cooking this, we're going to take that beautiful stock and we're just going to strain it right over top. Oh yes, this is where the pasta is going to finish its cooking, so it's okay if it seems pretty liquidy now. Beautiful. Liquid gold. The flame is still really high because we need to reduce it down and just let it go. After about 20 minutes, give one of those calamari rings a taste. They're supposed to be soft, you know, cooked through, not rubbery at all. Once you get that consistency, we're going to turn off the flame and start cooking our pasta. Okay, once your sauce is resting, let's put our pasta into some salted water, not too heavy on the salt. All right, once you taste your pasta and it's at that beyond al dente, we're gonna turn our heat back on over on our calamari and sauce and get ready to transfer. Pasta in. Now we're going to turn the flame back to high. Now this isn't fully cooked pasta. We still want to get it down, cooked a little bit down, so we're going to cook it in all these beautiful sauces. And just as like your pasta, we also are going to cook our shrimp. Shrimp, as you know, only takes a little bit of time to cook, and we don't want to overcook these because they do get too hard. When the shrimp really turns pink and starts to curl up and you taste your pasta and it's that perfect al dente, we're going to take off the heat. Remember those mussels and clams? Oh yeah, those are going in right at the end there because they're already nice and cooked. And a bunch of fresh parsley leaves, not even chopped, just thrown in there because that's just the way it is with this pasta. Oh yes, you can see how that liquid just really thickened up. Merry Christmas.
Okay. Thank you for cooking this.
No, thank you. This looks, oh my gosh, look how creamy. Oh. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it's so like creamy and delicious. This is amazing. So much flavor that they all just go together well. There's not one over-empowering. It's just pure blissful, just blissful. And this pasta is like, has like a bite to it, so it goes perfect with this sauce. You don't want like a, you want kind of a thicker noodle. Look at this.
This is unbelievable.
This is amazing. Well, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on future videos. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
Happy New Year. Soon. And have a great time cooking at home, but remember to order from your local restaurants because they need you now more than ever. So cook at home and order delivery. And enjoy time with your family.